My name is Nathan, and today I'm going to be talking about science, specifically pH balance. pH balance is essential for life. If we have too acidic pH, that is not good, and if we have too basic pH, that is not good for us either. So we need a balance in our life, just like we need a balance in what we do for school and what we do for play and what we do around the house and other things like that. Today, I'm going to be covering 3 points about pH balance and some of the science behind it. I am going to cover why pH is good or bad, how pH in the water affects us, and I am going to demonstrate a pH test using simple ingredients that you have around your house. Now for the demonstration. Alrighty, so for the first ingredient, we'll need a red cabbage for this science experiment. Now that you have the first ingredient for the science experiment, this is the first step. You'll need a blender. Second step, you will need some water. Put the water in the blender. Third step, put leaves into the blender. Start blending. Now that it is all blended up, get your pitcher or some kind of bowl or something that you can use to strain your liquid in, and use something like a strainer, a fine strainer, or some cheesecloth or something. So drain your liquid into there. Now you will need 3 clear jars, depending on how many bases and acids you have. Say you might have more than 2 acids. Right now, I have 2 acids and 1 base. So the acids and bases that I have is lemon juice. The other acid that I have is vinegar. The base that I have is baking soda. Alright, now that you have your acids and your bases, you will need 3 containers or whatever you have that are clear. Alright, now that you have the 3 containers, or however many you want to do, you may want to do just 2 acids and 1 base like I am doing, or you may want to do more than 1 acid, more than 2 acids. Say if you really want to get out there and get interesting, maybe use some battery acid, but I don't recommend that. That stuff is pretty nasty stuff. Alright, take your clear containers and put your red cabbage juice in there. About like that. Maybe a little bit more, depending on how much cabbage juice you have. I think I almost forgot to tell you what this science project is all about, haven't I? Well, this science project You've heard me talking about acids and bases. So, the cabbage has an ingredient in it that shows you the pH levels in different other types of foods and different things. Now let's put some vinegar in one of them. The cabbage juice turns pink. That shows that the vinegar is acidic. Next, let's do some lime juice. Alright. And as you can see, the lime juice is about the same as the vinegar. Now let's do some baking soda. This one we might have to mix up a little bit. So I might have to find something here in the shop to mix it up with. Let's just dump some in there. Woo, she turned purple. And that shows that that is a base. I hope you have enjoyed this little science experiment. And I hope that you go out and try some of these things on your own, whether it be this cabbage science experiment, which is fairly simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. It only took me probably about 15 minutes to do all this. It took me probably about 30 minutes to set up. But I hope you enjoyed it. Now it's back to me explaining how this works and all the scientific knowledge behind it. Now that we are done with the demonstration, I'm going to talk about the pH balance and why it is good or bad in different situations. Now I'm going to talk about the benefits of the pH balance in the human body and in lakes and streams. First, I'm going to start off with the human body. The pH balance in the human body is about 7.4, and that is a very good balance to be at. But if you get too acidic or too alkaline or basic, you end up with some problems because your body cannot handle the high acidity or the basic or alkaline. Your body does not function as well. So you need medical care for some of these things, because even though you may try to change your lifestyle, you may not end up with the best results, because even though you were trying to change your lifestyle, sometimes it doesn't always work out where you can change your lifestyle and get your body back to where it needs to be. So you need a little bit of medical help. And so drinking water with pH balance, it is good, because if you have a too basic water or too acidic water, that can be harmful for you, or it could be harmful for you. And that brings me to the lakes and the streams. So the pH balance in lakes and the streams can vary widely. So the lakes and the streams, like ponds, they do not have a very good pH because they're stagnant water most of the time. And so that is why a lot of frogs congregate in ponds, because frogs do not need a very high pH balance. They need a pH balance of about 4. And that's pretty low. Whereas you get up to clownfish, they need a pH balance of 7.8 to the minimum to survive. And then there are other fish and other animals mixed in. This test, you can do many things. You can test household items, you can test different things, and I hope that you will enjoy learning more about science and that you would be willing to try a little bit of science. Even if you don't want to go into this much depth into science, hopefully you will have enjoyed my speech and my demonstration. Now that I bring it to a close, we have covered pH balance and why it is good and bad. We have covered the demonstration of a pH balance test. And we have covered that water with a good pH is beneficial for everyday life. Thank you.